Welcome to Bad Habits. Welcome to Bad Habits. Welcome to Bad Habits.
Who is Sister DeManda?
Well, hi everyone. Hi Bad Habits audience. This is Sister DeManda Refund. And I am so happy to be joining you today for the first time ever on Bad Habits.
Let me see let's see your veil all around there. Let me see that beautiful work that you've done today.
She's got feathers on too.
I do. I have feathers and this veil. I'm trying to get the thing. Anyway.
Ooh, a little homage to your sister Nova. Are you related to Sister Nova? Is she in your lineage?
Sister Nova is my great-grandmother.
Okay.
Grandmother.
She's your grandmother. Sparkle's your great-grandmother.
Thank you, Sorenda. Yes.
Oh, wait,
I was just trying to make Nova older than she is.
Well, yeah.
Who's your mother?
She's old.
My mother is the same nun as Sorenda's mother.
So Sister Savior Applause is your sponsor mother?
Yeah, Sister Savior Applause, the disappearing nun. No, we love you, Savior. We love you.
We miss you.
Yeah.
She's 50. She's probably almost it. She's going to be able to say, I'm 50 and mean it soon.
I like to kick, stretch,
Please
and
keep that
kick. I'm 50.
Do you want to just
50
talk
years
about your ministry a little bit? I know it's been a while, and I'd love to hear if it's evolved, changed now that you're back in this sacred face, or what's going on with your ministry.
You know, it has been a journey over the last I guess it's been 10 years now. It's been 10 years since I got
for you. It's
veil.
been more.
Has it been more?
It is 2020.
So you're making me older than I want to be. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Because I'm your little sister.
So just to satisfy my little sister, I have to say that I am 10 years and 6 months. Okay. So when I started, I was just learning. They say that you go through the whole process of becoming a sister, and you figure out what you're gonna do and what you're gonna, what your thing is gonna be, and I don't think I really found that until after I became a black veil. And so, and things change, things grow. And for me, I went into a spiritual training program and became a prayer practitioner with the Centers for Spiritual Living 5 years after I became a black veil. So that changed my secular life a lot. And also changed my ministry as a sister. And so I consider my ministry to be one of, spiritual groundedness, listening, offering blessings, that kind of stuff. And also all the tech stuff. So, my professional life is that of a IT guy. So I offer that to the order too.
You sure do. That is, and
I thank you for that.
Yes. And thank you for taking over after I had been doing the website for 9 years. It's so awesome.
It's a pleasure. And I was left in good hands.
Thank you.
If there weren't two, if you don't think that there might be two complete opposites, it almost seems like those are the two things that are so different, but they come together so perfectly to form who you are.
Well, thank you, Yoda.
Yeah, no, that's this is it right here, the yin yang. You are the yin and the yang as your sister self. That's such a great balance, and I think that I've always appreciated that about you, especially because that you are balanced one. Yeah,
Thank you.
and I never realized it until you just put it into words and why you're so balanced.
Well, it's just me following whatever internal calling is there in the moment. Same thing like with my face and my manifestations. everyone, a lot of sisters have their own thing, their own look, and they do it the same every time. Maybe they change colors, but they do like the same shapes, they do the same lines, they do the same whatever. I just kind of do whatever, and it always turns out to be what I wanted in that moment. So
You are an artiste.
thank you.
Aw. You are also brother art thou. What's the inspiration when you decide to manifest as brother? Where does that come from? What makes you decide it? Is that strictly technical because, oh, this is what I'm going to wear, or is there more behind it?
I find it to be the clothes. You're right. I think, especially when we're doing an event that would be better to be wearing jeans or something like that. The Christmas dinner, for instance, I like being brother art because I can wear a simpler manifestation, maybe no veil and just a top hat, things like that. So I think it has to do with, one, how much time I have to manifest, two, what I want to wear, and then three would be just maybe how I'm feeling that night. Do I want to be all festive and sister, or do I want to be more low key?
Gotcha. Does it affect your personality, your persona as well once that happens?
I don't necessarily think it affects my persona too much. I do feel more comfortable though in male clothing, and I always have as a sister. So that's why you kind of see me in more of a male garb and maybe a female face. And that's just been my thing ever since I became a sister.
Yeah, true gender bending.
Yes.
I love it. Well, what about you, Sister Sorenda? Does any of that, like, do you relate to that kind of story at all, or was yours completely a different thing when it comes to you thinking of your ministry? Where do you go with that?
Well, I recently had to kind of redo my bio on the website because, things happen and you just look at things and you're like, wait, that's not really me anymore. Okay, because originally my hope was to help out the teens in the river area and see if I could do something with them that way. But no, that wasn't meant to be. And so, my ministry has gone from, focusing on that kind of stuff. And then I took over bingo a few years back. And then this year, I took on the holiday toy drive, which I didn't know was going to bring me so much joy. And our community really, really stepped up in a big, huge way and made sure that we were able to get $15 to every single kid from Guerneville School, Monterey School, and Stars Preschools to the 5 and dime. And I've heard so many wonderful stories, and it filled me with joy. When we were doing the holiday dinner, the community holiday dinner for so many years, I would get that joy at that particular dinner in one day, and dole it out sparingly throughout the year in all the other things that we do. And I didn't know how I was going to get that this year because COVID. So we weren't able to do the dinner. So in taking on the toy drive, it just really gave me that spark that I need to get through whatever else is coming.
It just was such a joy to get that email when you announced that you had enough funds to give all those gift certificates out, even though we weren't able to do the Christmas dinner.
Right.
The Christmas dinners have been my one thing that I have done every single year for most of the last 10 years. And I really did miss it this time on Christmas morning.
We went over to the taco truck, which anybody that knows Guerneville knows where the taco truck is. And I ran into there were some young children, and I could tell that they were talking to their dad about us. And the dad was like, well, why don't you talk to them? And I was having a different conversation with a San Francisco sister, and I'm like, I'll be back. I need to go talk to these kids. I could tell I need to talk to these kids. And I didn't recognize the dad. That I knew the dad, but with masks and everything, you don't necessarily recognize people at first. And the girls were asking, how long it takes to put on a face, and all those basic questions that we always get. But then one of them was saying, I've really missed the sisters, and I'm used to seeing them around, and I've been sad that I haven't seen them, and now I'm seeing you, and I'm really, it makes me really happy. And I told her, I said, you know what, you really made my day. You absolutely so much made my day. And in hearing that, and then knowing that something needed to happen with the toy drive, it was like, oh, this is it. This is how we show the kids that we're still here.
You made her day.
She made my day.
Well, yes, and I'm glad on that. But I think what is really cool is that we got to make her day, and I think that that's something that is part of our ministry is, yes, it's like you said, it's fueling you for sure, but the great part of that is, as it's fueling you and building your own foundation as a human being, is you're sharing, and we're sharing with all these people and building these little moments for them, which is like, especially this year, is like great. That, I mean, for me, and that's that actually mirrors what I feel like has happened with my ministries. My ministry used to be, back when I was a younger Yoda, only 500 years old or so. My ministry was helping people to make fool of themselves. That was like, I wanted you to come out of your shell. So I do what I could to help other people. I would make fun of myself first to help other people make a fool of themselves. And that was kind of my thing. And that made me really happy when other people could be like, let it out and say, oh, well, he's pretty darn silly, so who cares what I do? So that was kind of my thing. And I like to be like up there and really in your face about it. And now, I'm on the other end. I mean, yes, I still love to, I'm very grateful to be able to put this face on again and be in front of you right now. But what I really love to do is now be on this other side of the computer to help to make you and my other sisters shine at what they're doing. So it used to be about the people out there, and now I'm not out there with the people, especially as a missionary. Not even if it wasn't for pandemic, I'm almost 3,000 miles away from y'all. So it's a joy for me to be able to use my talents and my ministry now to help you guys shine on the interweb, and that is now a joy. So just keeping us out there in our little faces. So anyway, ministry. Lovely. It's grateful to share sisterhood with both of you.